So we will move further for preparing a format of profit and loss account under Form B that should be prepared under a banking company. So there are basically four schedules that is 13, 14, 15 and 16. There are 13, 14 for income and 15, 16 is for the expenditure. So income, basically, if we are talking about income that is collected by the bank, that is through interest only. Interest on loans or advances provided by the bank to the customers. And other incomes include fees, I think so. Fees that should be charged on various cards or various services provided by the bank. And expenditures, basically here we are talking about a banking industry. Then again, expenditure, main expenditure is on interest that is paid on fixed deposits, saving deposits, current other deposits, recurring deposits such as so that is interest expended, that should be considered under 15 schedule. And opening expenses and provision for contingencies, that should be prepared under schedule 16. So if we can deduct expenditures from income, then we get profit or loss. That means a net profit or net loss is equal to 1 minus 2 profit or loss brought forward, that is previous year balance, that should be added. If that is a profit, that should be added. If that is a loss, that should be deducted from the net profit or loss. Then we get total, out of which we have to make some appropriations that are again deductions from the balance, that is considered under the point number 3. So appropriations are basically distribution of profit, where we will transfer some amount to the statutory reserves, we will transfer some amount to the other reserves, transfer to the government or proposed dividend, balance carried forward to balance sheet. As we have studied in the previous format, in the balance sheet there is a balance of profit and loss account. That balance carried forward to balance sheet is goes to balance sheet. So we'll study one by one for detail for the schedules. Schedule number 13, interest earned, from where we get interest as a bank. Interest or discount on advances of bills, interest on investments or income on investments, interest on balance with RBI and other bank, other interbank funds, and others. If we can add all the four, then we get total interest earned. Other incomes include commission, exchange, brokerage, profit on sale of investment. If there is any loss, then that should be deducted. Profit on revaluation of investments, if there is any loss, that should be deducted. Profit on sale of land, building and other assets, if there is any loss, that should be deducted. Profit on exchange transactions, loss, that should be deducted. Interest earned by way of dividend from subsidiaries, companies or joint ventures, or either that are in abroad or that are in India. Any of the miscellaneous income, that should be covered under point number 7. So if we will add all the 7 points, that is equal to other incomes. Here we have some note under item 2 and 5, 2 to 5. Loss figures may be shown in bracket because that are reduced from incomes. Then schedule number 15, that is interest expended, interest on deposits, interest on RBI or interbank borrowings. If we get money from the RBI, then we have to pay rate that is known as repo rate. If we give a loan to the RBI, then we get some interest that is known as reverse repo rate. Here we are talking about interbank transactions, interbank borrowings. Sometime one bank will give to the loan to the other banks, As we know that there are some banks which are invested money into the Yes Bank during the, you can say, scam of Yes Bank. So as to survival or revival of that bank, we have to put some money as a, you can say, other banks. So we will add here as interest on RBI or interbank borrowings and others. If we will add all three, that is called interest expended. Then operating expenses such as rent, taxes, lighting, payments to or provision for employees, printing and stationery, advertising and publicity, depreciation on bank property, directors fees, allowances, expenses, auditors fees, expenses including branch auditor expenses, law charges, postage, telegram, telephone, repair and maintenance, insurance, and other expenses. So these are the operating expenses. So these are the basic two accounts which are to be prepared uh, by the banking company while preparing a final accounts. Uh, if you have any query, then please text me personally or call me. And in the last, I want to say safe and stay at home. Thank you very much for listening.